All right. Let's get this craziness going. So I'm just going to finish off on a little bit of this farming, get some energy used up, and then back to the arenas I go. Back I go. So I've just got, for the predictions, I just have the same scores as I had for the first round, just because I'm streaming and the results aren't up yet. So, but for the next stream, I've adjusted my predictions to with keeping in mind what the results were. Which I think the next one might be Wednesday. Be out for a bit tomorrow, and I think Wednesday I might do some of the riffs actually. Stream that rather than arena. We'll see how far we get in the arena though, I suppose. Go from there. Play. Yeah. I'm gonna need another full combo. Yeah, have enough power. There we go. Alright. I could go for it now. Not that I've been awake very long or been doing very much to make me tired, but it'd be okay to have a little bit of a nap. Actually, I guess I may as well just clear this whole thing now. Yeah, just clear the champions out of here and then get into arena. Then it kind of it's starting to get a little bit clearer now, but it was pretty cloudy and kind of rainy earlier. Yeah, this earphone's bothering me. Why not mess around with Shang-Chi a bit and figure out what the best team is? And I think it kind of depends too if it's a shorter fight or a longer fight. Because a shorter fight, you're going to want somebody. Well, Iron Fist is good on the team because you're going to get some charges right off the bat. 4 charges to start with, so you're not having to worry about building up charges as much. Although I think by the time you're at an L2 for a shorter fight, almost regardless how many charges you have, it's game over anyways. So I don't know how important that's going to be. However, if you have Iron Fist on the team and you also bring in Luke Cage, you get a fair bit of block proficiency, which could be pretty useful for him. So for longer fights though, the Iron Fist one with the 4 charges to start definitely doesn't really matter. Oh, that was terrible. That was a bad idea. Although, it's okay. It's okay. Alright, so that's done. So off to the arena as we go. Alright. So we've already gotten started. We about a little less than halfway through the 6 stars, so still have a fair bit of them to go. And once we're done with the 6 stars, we'll run the 5 stars in the featured arena. Should end up with about 10 million, and then another 10 tonight. Ooh. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Yeah, and that will have us almost done what we need for the 5% for the featured, and then tomorrow we do the basic, and Wednesday shouldn't take very long to finish them both off. But... Ooh, okay. Well, that works. It's better than his L3. I needed 1 or 2 more infections up on him to be able to get that power drain onto that one. Boy, those daggers are taking a while to get up there, right? Okay. I was thinking I wasn't going to do arena for the second round, and then I realized, well, then I'm just giving up units, so I figure I'll at least do the milestones. I don't know if I'll go for the 5%, probably though, but we'll see. We shall see. Man, Falcon, how you doing? How's your day coming along? Morning, I suppose. Pretty early for you. No, I guess not too bad, eh? Yeah, that would be fine. Actually, I should have gone man thing against Kingpin, but this is fun. This is a fine. So what are you up to, Mr. Falcon? You know, considering how close we are to July 4th, I'm like really don't care. Last year I wasn't too excited for the July 4th. I was more excited for the Cyber Weekend, and that excitement started probably middle of August, I suppose. But yeah, be interesting to see what we get. Which I think, considering the rewards we have in game currently from just playing, like they're gonna have to be pretty substantial. Doing good. Got a mean sleep until 6 a.m. Better than 4. Yeah. An extra 2 hours. Nothing to complain about. So, I should say one way or another, because I haven't looked on the forums, but I've seen a few comments about people saying that the, $50 for a 6-star. I'm like, well, what did you expect? Because now you can see how much the Scarlet Witch sigil is actually going to cost. Like how many renewals of the sigil you're going to need. Doing some uncollected event quests, Blade with Life Cycle Fight Chapter. So much fun. Yeah, dude. So Wednesday or Thursday last week, I went in for Cav completion, and that particular fight was kicking my ass, man. Like, I don't remember who I took in, but it was not going well. And then I think I ended up doing it with, who the heck was it? Maybe it was Apocalypse that I ended up doing it with. And I did it yesterday, and I did it with Archangel, and I'm sure there's other counters as well, but I think it's good. how efficient of a counter Archangel is, but I think it's a bit ridiculous. Like, there's no way that you should have only one counter. Now, like I said, I'm sure there's others, but for what I had, that was by far the best. And I mean, I could have played it better with other characters, probably. I think without. So I also tried with Mr. Sinister, and I figured I would just push him to an L2 and just block it because he'd block the unblockable. But with Suicides, the amount of times I had to throw the L1 was not going to be sustainable, so that did not work out too well. But yeah, Archangel for that went really well. And so normally I do the tech quest with Ghost, and that's what I was doing yesterday, and I was finding some paths, I'm like, this is not going well. And I mean, she's not, like, the nodes don't work to her advantage, so I sucked it up and actually used characters that suited the nodes, and yeah, it was much better. Much, much better. I just got Archangel yesterday as a 5-star from a Nexus. Nice. Choice of Archangel, Dupe Sentinel, or new CGR. Okay. Okay. I took Archangel to fill a hole in my roster. Yeah. 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 Was that painful? I have to pick between him and CGR. Honestly, I honestly think that something like that of a Nexus is more difficult than all crappy champions. Like having 2 or 3 good options. It's, yeah, having to pick. Oh. I've had him as a 5-star for a long time. I had him as a 5-star since he first came out as a featured. And I never took him beyond R3. I realized, like, he was useful, his damage, but my thing with him was just he was easy to counter with, like, either bleed immunity or poison immunity, or at least for me, not being able to stun them. And then with 7-1, a lot of people were using Archangel for Weapon X. So I took him to R4, intending to R5 for that fight in particular. And then I thought to myself, well, wouldn't Magneto work for this as well? And I saw people doing other fights with Magneto. So then I think, I don't know, how did that go? Because there was a reason why I decided to R5 Magneto over Archangel. But I don't remember why. Maybe because there must have been a fight prior to Weapon X that I did with, yeah, I think so. I think it was the Gwen Punisher or whatever it was, or no, there was one boss I did with Magneto at R4 and it went really well. And I was like, you know what? I may as well take him to R5 because he's going to be able to do this boss and a couple others. And yeah, however, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take the 6-star Archangel to R3. So it's kind of funny, like all this time at the 5-star and everyone wanting to max out, and then yet with the 6-star, I'm going to take him as high as I can. But I think, or I've seen for 7-2, there's a lot of areas where Archangel is going to be useful there, and I'm thinking probably, maybe not as much, but probably the same thing for 7-3. And then something like the Gauntlet looked like he was a really good option there. However, in my case, he's not awakened, so I don't know if I would have. Well, I did take him in, but until he's awakened, I don't know if I would use him for something like that. I did a little bit of ROL yesterday with him. I was trying a few different things for ROL. One, just practicing with characters, and 2, I do need some health pods, so. But yeah, seeing him in the Gauntlet, for the couple fights you use him for there, I think that's really renewed people's interest. People that have them and use them, they obviously realize his value, but I think it's renewed his value for a lot of others. Holy crap, come on. There we go. Game did not want to move on. Yeah, you know what? I think that was actually a really good choice between the Archangel or CGR. Just because with Archangel you want him awakened and a decent SIG, which is going to be easier on a 5-star. So between those two, you'll probably find. I mean, CGR as a 5-star is fine. It's quite good for sure, but yeah, it's just that you're going to be able to get more use quicker out of Archangel as a 5-star probably. But I do have a little bit of a conundrum now. So I was so Archangel is going to go to R3. Then I had been thinking to take Omega Red to R3. However, I don't really want to do much with him until I've got him awakened, which I should be able to do in August when he's in the basic arena. But now I'm kind of considering doing something with Professor X, possibly. My only issue with him is having suicides on. However, making him a horseman is going to give him the bleed resistance or immunity. And if I'm mainly just doing his L3, I don't need to worry about recoil too much. Dr. J, how you doing? Wolf, how's it going? Hey, Mr. Shadow's raid. Well. Hey, you're done a fair bit earlier than normal, aren't you? How goes it, Mr. Shadow? Coming on in here with the...
There's just one thing.
What's that?
Raid's here.
Raid!
Oh, this just in. Apparently, it's Raid.
Thanks for the raid. So, after doing something like that on stream, the whole thing, which good for you. I could not have done the whole thing. Like when I ran it, I did it. No, I think I started at 5 and I was done at 12. And basically, I did a lane and then watched a TV show. Did a lane, watched a TV show. There's no way I would have been able to do the whole thing straight through. So yeah, good for you. But yeah, after that, could you see doing more things like that? Whether it be like Abyss or, well, I guess that would be kind of really the only other thing comparable. Mr. Big Blue, how goes it? How goes it? Out of the Gauntlet Challenge, very tired Shadows. Yeah. I will also not do the Abyss in one run like that. Yeah. But would you stream it though? Like even if you break it up into multiple runs? Yeah, the Abyss I had to do... That wasn't even over like multiple sessions in a day. That was over multiple days. I think Path 1... Yeah, because it was 3 hours the first day, 3 hours the second day. And then everything else was like probably 10 hours? Over 2 days. I think maybe if I was younger or just had a better attention span, I could do something along like that. But now, nah. I find it hard just to do arena for an hour. But I do find it, I get through it a lot quicker streaming than if I don't have something to distract me. What rank up gem did you get? I was there for the opening, but I don't remember. Because I don't think whatever class it was, I don't think you had anybody in mind for it right away, right? I wonder if I should just take the loss from this one. That would be quicker. And this guy, this opponent that I'm fighting now in arena, he has two dunes. Like, why? Why would you do that? You know somebody's got to face that. Bunch of nonsense. Cosmic rank. Okay, right, yeah. I will do it over a few days and I'll stream it. Okay. Oh, well, that worked out for me. I'm okay with that. I remember doing 4 runs of LOL in the same 4 runs in the same night, and just looking at someone do the gauntlets makes me need to take a watching break. Yeah, bad. And no, none of the rank up materials do I have someone in mind for right now. Okay. 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. The rank up gems are 1 to 2. 1 to 2 class 1, and a 1 to 2 generic. Okay, got that annoying blade down eventually. What a BS fight for uncollected. So yeah, so some of the nodes there don't make any sense. So like the Cav tech quest, there's a regen buff, but there's a lane that has heal block, and it's like, well, why have a regen buff if you're gonna have heal block? Like, just don't have either. So other than Namor, well, I guess Namor, well, you said you already have a Mystic Gem, but do you have other 6 stars that you're wanting to awaken? Because I mean, that will make the initial completion of Abyss so much more valuable if the first awakening gem, if you have multiple characters you'd use it on. Maybe we'll see a generic gem or 6-star 2 to 3 in 7-3. I don't think we would see a gem in 7-3. I think we would see a gem maybe for 7-4. So we might see 2 gems in 7-4. One for 7-4 in particular, and then one for 7 exploration. Boy, it'd be nice if we saw one in 7-3 though. And then, I am interested to see what the unit offers will be for July 4th, and if they're going to do, because I think it was last July 4th where they had the 4, then the 10k unit offer, and then they had another one for 6,000 that had a generic 6-star gem, awakening gem. So it'll be interesting to see if they do that this year as a generic 6-star awakening gem, or if they have it as a selector. Namor, Ghost, Nick Fury, Thing, and Sorcerer Supreme are the ones that, okay. So that first completion of Abyss would be really valuable for you then. Oops. Big Blue, I'm everywhere. Yeah, apparently, eh? Which are you on more, Twitch or on the YouTube side of things? I'm looking forward to the arenas on Thursday though, because I go back to being able to be completely done in 2 days. That's going to be nice. And the third day just to do whatever, or get some videos done, or just not play the game. Those are the best days. Much rather YT? Yeah. You know, it's really weird. So, I do watch things on Twitch. I can't watch MCOC on Twitch. I don't know why. I've tried to watch a few different people. And, yeah, I just end up watching them on YouTube. I don't know if it's that there's more people in chat on the YouTube side, or maybe it's just that I'm so used to it on YouTube. But yeah. I suppose I should join AQ and use up at least 1 energy. I don't think I can do the first fight. person who goes before me is usually in a little bit later, so we'll get in there, join, use the energy, and that's done. Holy crap, this is happening so much now, where the game just pauses for like 2 seconds. Okay. Yeah, one from each class, I believe, but Mystic I want the least because I probably won't use her all that much. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorcerer Supreme, that's who you had, right? Sorcerer Supreme, yeah. Seems like a cool champion, but I think there's a lot of champions. May not do it all in one, but overall, what she does, there are champions that cover the abilities. I so badly want Claire though as a 6-star. And if I get Claire, I'll R3 her, not necessarily right away, but she will definitely go to R3, and then that would give me an R3 of each class, which would be nice. Just purely for the fact I can go back in a stream and see something I missed on YouTube. It makes YouTube better in my eyes. Yeah. I've tried to do that a few times on Twitch, and then I'm like, oh, wait, nope, can't do it. Happens to me all the time, but I'm one of the unlucky Android players. Oh, there we go. So it freezes, and it's still crashing. Getting the best of both worlds. I got Black Widow Clairvoyant as a 6-star R3. She gets very hard in her basic. So Dr. J, there's other people streaming. If you want to go watch them, that's cool with me. I mean, we don't need to talk about Claire in chat. If somebody has her, I don't need to hear about it. Actually, the other day, I think it was a regular 6-star, a basic 6-star, and it rolled over Claire, and then I thought it was going to land on Airwalker, and then it went to Doom, so I got Doom as a 6-star, and I was like, you know what, that's nice, and I'm not going to complain, but I would have much preferred if it had just stopped at Claire. If it had stopped at Claire, she'd be R3 now. Doom is R2. I don't think, because I have one Mystic T5CC, I don't think I'm going to take him to R3 anytime soon. The stupid AQ bug again started to stop again. Come on, that's not surprising. It'd be more surprising if things ran just perfectly. But I think it's funny and it's sad that they delayed AQ for a week so they could launch it with the changes without any problems, and then they launch it and we've got problems. I mean, I think they that's just part of what happens whenever they do any kind of change. And well, no, I guess in this case the AQ. Well, no, it's not actually the changes to like the gameplay or the map. It's the prior to even entering AQ is where the changes happened this time. But yeah, and that's actually the only reason that I don't want them to do mastery presets, is because I know and so the mastery thing, because that's something that affects every portion of the game, and I know it's going to be screwed up for the first little bit, and I don't think that it's going to be resolved quickly. But if they could say, okay, we're going to do this mastery thing, we expect there to be issues for 2 weeks or even a month, but after that it should be fine, I'd be okay with it. But I think whenever they do something to the masteries, I think we're going to see problems in the game for a long time, which is really going to suck. Hopefully I'm wrong, though. The only negative part about going back in the stream is there should be a message that pops up that the viewer's not live. I sometimes comment about something that happened earlier. Well, I think there's like a little like button or whatever, and when it's not live, it's grayed out, and then when they are live, it's red. Because every now and then, I don't know why that actually happens for me, but I'll be watching somebody, and I'll like go to the kitchen, and I haven't paused the stream or anything like that, but I'll go to the kitchen or something or whatever, and then I come back, and I'm like 10 seconds behind, and then I just hit the button that brings you back to like what's going on live, and then it's all good. Like maybe it's just something like when my internet lags or something. So. Hey, time for a much needed break. Yeah, I bet. All right, man, have a good one. And again, thanks for the raid. Internet lag? Yeah, that is probably what it is. Because like if I'm sitting here and it happens, then like right away I'll make sure it's back to like the current time. No, but yeah, there's been a few times for sure where you still I could have sworn I hit the special where I'll be reading chat and I'm like, what are they talking about? And then I realize, oh, it's because I'm further behind. Live is never truly live. Yeah, I suppose. Although on Twitch, though, at least for the chat, it seems pretty instantaneous. Like as soon as you type something and hit enter, the streamer is able to see the comment. But there is that slight delay on the YouTube side. I just think it's crazy. Just imagine if we had any of this kind of capability back when the internet first was a thing, when you were using like dial-up modems and stuff. Because back then, any kind of delay or whatever, like you had nothing to compare it to, so it was acceptable, right? Whereas now it's like, no, 5-second delay, that's too much. Twitch is faster, yes, on chat, but nano behind. Yeah. I mean, anything like that is going to be, slightly behind, right? Yeah, I think I may do the riffs. Maybe not Wednesday, maybe Sunday. Let me stream that. Because we're overdue for a side quest thumbnail. Or one specific part of that side quest thumbnail. So let me see if AQ is active or if they've disabled it. It'll be interesting though if it is a problem like we've had before where they just cancel the rest of the AQ for the week. Oh man. I'd be so okay with that though. AQ is active immediately now? Oh, I think Billy was saying that it was bugged, no? Let's see. That stupid AQ bug again started and stopped again? Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay, so this, okay. Yeah, I noticed this yesterday. Same thing, okay. So it's not where you join and then it like only gives you 15 minutes or whatever. Yeah, okay. Oh, did it just... So it said 320. If I go back, is it going to say... Okay. Check in a couple minutes and see. Oh yeah, Big Blue. So what do you think of the arena changes coming up? Joffrey, how you doing? How's your day coming along? Mm, I guess we'll do that. Grinding for that War Machine? Oh yeah? Okay. Wait, the 6-star? Or the 5? Are you looking for War Machine to use him or for his synergies? It's funny, I got him as a 6-star the day before we knew that he was getting a rework. And when I told him, I was like, oh shit. And then the next day I was like, ooh, that could be interesting. Want to dupe the 6-star? Okay. Ooh, let me see if the results are up yet. I was gonna wait to stream until the results were up to have the outro screen with the results and then also the updated predictions, but I figured I'm gonna have that tomorrow or Wednesday. Okay, so let me bring that up. Okay. So the 6-star went for 75. I think that's. Let me see what I had as my prediction. I think that's a fair bit higher. Okay, I had 78 as my prediction and 32. Okay. So 36 for the featured. Ooh, the 5% took a fair jump. Holy smokes. Wow. And the basic, 70 and 30. Ooh, that was quite a bit over on the basic. I had 95 and 46. Interesting. And okay, yeah, that makes sense. That this the top 5% here dropped. Yeah, okay. Huh, okay. I really thought that Spider-Ham was gonna go for, well, they went pretty close, I guess. But I thought Spider-Ham was gonna go a lot higher than the featured, actually. Okay. Coolio. Well, I don't like the basic changes to my worthless 6-star chavs, but I guess I had to give up something to get more people in the mix. 75, it feels a bit high, to be honest. I think I saw a lower guy. Yeah, so that sheet there is the same that TrueCoast uses, and basically what they do is whoever sends in the lowest that they saw, it doesn't necessarily have to be whoever was in the 100th spot, but it's the lowest that they received is what they post as being the cutoff. So, because I think for the Shang-Chi one, I think there was something similar, like 101 was 135, but 100 would have been like a little bit higher. So yeah, I don't feel like doing Doom. I got the 1 to 5% in Spider-Ham last round with 20.5. What did that say there? Let's see. So I had it at 24 and 22, and you did 20 and a half. Okay. But yeah, same thing, right? Like what I'm saying. So they would have taken whoever was the lowest person reporting that got it. And that's what they would post as the cutoff. Let's do that. The cutoff might be lower for the select arena this time when people see how low the pig went. You think more people will go for Spider-Ham now? I was kind of going back and forth on if Spider-Ham went pretty low, of going for him round 2, and I'm like, nah. I don't think so. I was able to get Mr. Negative as a 5-star and also get the top 5% in the basic. I don't think I'd be able to get a 6-star and the top 5% in the other arena. So because the pig is way better than all the other. Yeah. Ginger, how you doing? How's your day coming along? Everyone predicted 5-star War Machine would go for 40 to 50. So I put up 27 just for the 1 to 5%. I was so annoyed when I saw 32. Yeah. You know, it's funny. This is exactly what I figured would happen, and that's why I used Void for him. I had a really strong feeling that he was going to throw a special and be like with quite a few rock stacks. I can barely get 9 million. What's wrong with me? Yeah, well, you got more things to do, probably. Yeah, I almost skipped all of Saturday for Arena. So I was kind of surprised that I was able to make up the points I wanted. So I'm interested to see what is going to happen to the top 5% for the basic. Like one, I kind of think that maybe it's going to really fluctuate, or two, it's just going to come like end up being a lot lower than low 20 millions. Because if the cutoff, if the final milestone for it is 4 million, like that makes that top 5% possibly really accessible, right? So somebody could put up 8-10 million and get 1,000 6-star shards and 5,000 5-star shards. That would not be bad at all. But I don't know if that's what we're going to see, or we're going to still see, because it's going to be. Yeah, I don't think I would go for the top 5% with just 5 stars. Like, I'm not going to want to do something just for shards where I've got to put up 20 million points with 5 stars. Now we'll see. Imagine getting 1 to 5% with 5 million points would be, yeah. Yeah. I think it's really going to depend, though, on who is in the basic. Although, I don't think we're going to see any high basic scores until Strife. Apocalypse and Strife are going to be up around the same time. Actually, it's going to be Colossus. Oh, I said Apocalypse. No, not Apocalypse. Colossus. I think it's going to go Colossus, Jubilee, and then Strife. Let me bring up that page again. And I think because, like, I think quite a few people have Colossus. I don't think too many people would go for him. Strife being newer, not as many people would have had access to him. So I think he would go. Ooh, and Cable. So I might actually go for Cable. I might go for Cable and Strife, because both of those would be good for Apocalypse. So currently, like, if I'm trying to be able to make somebody a horseman right away, I use Mr. Sinister on the team, and I don't really use him to fight. Whereas Cable, I would use to fight. So I might do second round for Cable, second round for Strife as a basic. Depending, let's wait and see what they go for the first round. But it's the Omega Red that I'm really interested in doing, because that will allow me to awaken him. But mostly, you know what's going to happen? When Jabari Panther is in the arena, I'm going to end up pulling Omega Red from a 6-star crystal. Hopefully. No, it won't happen there. It will happen when Silver Centurion is in. I'll do the arena, and then I'll get him from a crystal. So, yeah. So, what do we got next? We got Daredevil. Don't think he's going to do much. Spider-Gwen won't do much. Luke Cage won't do much. Colossus maybe. Jubilee no. Cable and Strife might go kind of high. But it's going to, like, not in the hundreds. But yeah, I think those will be the biggest basic grinds for a while. Well, I might. Oh, yeah, and that's fine because I could still do. I'd still be able to do what I'd want to put up in the feature because I'm not going to use the 6 stars in the basic. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I think Strife will be the of any of those the one that goes the highest. In basic, all the scores are going to massively decrease. Yeah, six star points are no joke. Yeah, well, that and also like you're not going to run them in that arena, right? I mean, the only reason you would is simply if you wanted more, like, yeah, because if you're doing that, you're giving up on the 5 star, or the 5 star on the featured. So yeah, the only time I could see somebody running their 6 stars in the basic would be for like a new champion. I don't see somebody doing that for a an older champion. Okay. Yes, that's what we'll do there. The next feature is Purgatory, right? And she's not looking all that promising. So probably a high 90s, maybe 115-ish. Then again, might go high just because it's somebody new. Yeah, it's interesting though, because all of the like for the last little while, scores were all over the place, right? For predictions and stuff. So come Thursday, it's gonna, at least for the base. I think the feature will still be over 100 for brand new champion. Well, quite a bit over 100 for brand new champion. Chi, why so many in my mail? What do you mean? But yeah, that would. Oh. Well, actually, the only other mutant that I really want is Red Max. So yeah, Strife and Cable would just be for synergies for me. Could be the same for others too. Yeah. You know, it's funny. There's some fights where you can look away and it's okay, and there's others that if you look away, you're almost dead. There we go. Jesper, how you doing? How's your day coming along? So correction on the grind. Oh, okay. Batty, how goes it? Oh, is this like just... Oh, let me take a look and see. Rather than inundating you guys with questions. Hey, where's the 5 and the 6 star? I recently updated did not fully communicate the initial intent to award basic hero versions of the featured champions within the milestone awards. Okay. Oh, but wait, let me see if I understand this. I recently updated did not fully communicate the initial intent to award basic hero versions of the featured champions with the milestone rewards. Well, that seems stupid. Why would you do that? In this confusion, some summoners receive champions that rewarded less signature abilities than they expected. I get it now. Okay. We decided to adjust future arenas to award full feature. Well, yeah, that just seems dumb. Like, if it's in the feature, why would you not have it as a feature champion? Dylan, how about you? Just getting through the arena. Getting through it. Slowly but surely. Ooh, I wanted to join AQ. Only the ones who actually did arena. Oh, dude, that'd be so nice if you didn't do arena and you still got the champion. Oh, that'd make a lot of happy people. All right, yeah, that's who we're still going with. Let's see. So, yeah, that's the one there. And then I think I should be cleared in about an hour. I will check back if the game will let me move or do anything. Alright, so I'm going to relog because, yeah. Okay. My day has been good. What about you? Yeah, it's okay. I'm ready for a nap. I haven't been up very long, but nap sounds cool. Yeah, so I'm assuming that compensation is for anybody that received the champion when he was in the arena. But yeah, that just seems like I had no idea that was a thing. But that just seems weird that you would have the champion there, even if it's from Milestones, in the featured arena. And then when you pick them up, they don't give the featured rewards. Like, yeah. I don't know why that would have ever been a thing. Okay. Putting basic champs in the featured arena? Yeah. Because even in the featured, when it was a featured 4-star, and you were successful and got it, it was like a featured champ, right? Like the 20 SIGs, the bunch of ISO. Jeez, that's. I mean, I'm getting angry about something after the fact, I guess, because I didn't even know about it, when it was relevant, but no. Ooh, Toffrey, how did you find the gauntlet? Did you like it? A lot of people only got one SIG, yeah. I haven't actually used a 4-star, but I could see him being pretty decent. Like damage-wise. I could see it, I don't know, because I haven't tried it, but I could see it being comparable to like a CGR, where even the 4-star CGR can do a ton of damage. I could see it being the same thing with Sun Chi, so somebody starting out, that could be like a big thing to have him as a 4-star. It was cool, I enjoyed it, yeah. Yeah, I duped my 6-star Apocalypse and got a new Professor X, new R3 incoming. Okay. Well, you did pretty well with the openings then. Holy crap. Oh crap, who did I duped 2? Oh, I duped Sorcerer Supreme. No, Sorcerer Supreme. Sim Supreme. Which is fine. I don't think I'm going to do anything with him because I have him as a maxed 5-star. Then I duped one other. I don't remember who. And I got Symbiote Spidey new. And then I got Red Guardian new from the Nexus. The best thing for me, though, is I got the 1 to 2 tech gem, which is actually why I ran it when I did, because it would have made a lot more sense for me to spend a bit of time farming, getting some resources, but I wanted to know what that rank gem was going to be. Some cheese first round was during item use, so I threw an Awakening Gem and 98 Sig Stones into him right away, so it didn't matter. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing with the featured champions when we get those 4-stars, is use a Sig Stone, just because I've got so many 4-star or Awakening Gem, just because I've got so many 4-star Awakening Gems, and I actually don't have, I think I've only got 6 or 5 4-stars that are not max sig, so this will give me somewhere to use 4-star sig stones. You know, I really haven't used him much, Sung-Chi, but I'm glad I went for him in the arena. I wish I had done the gauntlet. I wish I hadn't taken Corvus and had brought Sung-Chi instead, because the fights where I used Corvus, it really didn't pay off, and I'm too cheap to have turned Suicides on for each of the fights where I was using him. And I didn't want to leave it on the whole time because I was using Apocalypse a lot. But I think one of two things I could have done was not have Apocalypse, so not have to be using specials the whole time, or just turning on Suicides when using Corvus. But yeah, Sung-Chi would have. I think where I used Corvus and for what he ended up doing, I think Sung-Chi would have done just as well. Give me your 4-star Awakening Gems. I need them. Dude, you know what would be really cool? I don't think it's going to happen. But if they had it where you traded in 5 4-star Awakening Gems, and that would give you a 5-star Awakening Gem of that class, that would be cool. That would be cool, even though I wouldn't really have much use for the 5-star Awakening Gem. Now I wouldn't expect them to do that with 5 to 6 stars, but that would be spectacular. Like trade in 5 5-star Awakening Gems of a class and you get a 6-star Awakening Gem of that class. Yeah, I mean, there's no way they're going to do that anytime soon. They have to make money from the 6-star Awakening Gems, fair, but if we could see that at some point. I sell like 2, 3, 4-star Awakening. Yeah. I will give you my soul because I have so much good chance but need to be awakened. Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much as a 4-star, right? Because even if you're relatively new, the 4 stars are going to get replaced pretty quick. Then again, I mean, I guess if you're working through like Act 3, Act 4, even if you got a 5-star, but you had a 4-star that you could, yeah. I'm getting too old to lift an 8-year-old up the stairs. It would kill me. When are we supposed to see Summer of Pain? Is that like not this coming Wednesday, but the next Wednesday? This isn't going to kill him, is it? No. Oh, yes, it did. Okay. Let me see. So this is the 9th. That would be the 16th. Oh, so probably more like the 23rd. Okay. We have a fair bit of time yet. Hey, Toffrey, for Professor X, you could rely pretty much just on L3s, right? Like, you don't really need to rely on L2s? Meaning, he'd be a little bit slower, but you could use him with Suicides. My only 5-star is Howard the Duck. Well, he did get a update recently. I don't know how impactful it was. Let's just pick, yeah. I'm so lazy that I forgot to activate his pre-play. Oh, I was running some of 7-2 with Ghost, and I had Odin on the team. And at least it was the first fight, so it was fine, but I forgot to activate the pre-flight throw. So I just, like, once I realized I forgot, I just quit out and restarted the path. I mean, I could have done the one fight without, but I was like, no, the whole point of having him was to utilize those pre-fights, so. Parsecs is not suicide friendly at all? Okay. So you can't just rely on the L3 then? Yeah, like, and that is the reason I haven't put any thought into him, is because I didn't think he was, or even had the ability to be, so. Yeah, there's a few champions I'm missing out on because of it, actually. I don't know, I guess I'm gonna have to come to a point. I mean, obviously Arena can be done without having suicides on for sure, but I don't think SP3s will cut it. Yeah, and even so, it would still be slow too, right? Like if you were relying on SP3s. Howard the Suck is pretty good and even has the best sounds in game. Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, we're done that arena. We're as far as we're gonna get for that one. That one will start later. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I'm checking this. I'm not gonna be able to move for a while yet. Let us see. So mainly what I want to be farming now, well, I should be farming health pots because that's the thing I need. The revives. Howard and Gwen are the reason sound isn't enough. Yeah, dude. Ugh, only one revive? Come on. Okay, so we will grab the revive, pick up this energy refill, and then later on do that energy refill. Okay. Oh, if you're talking about my sound baddie, no, it's just because I'm using a Mac, so the way and I'm not using Elgato, so the way it's connected, I can't have the sound come over. So that's why I play in silence, kind of, except for my beautiful voice. I wonder. No. I would need to. Yeah, okay. Howard the Duck is so boring. The only thing I do is parry into heavy into SP3. Well, that sounds like Magneto. But you know what? I don't know why. I'm okay doing that with Magneto, but I don't think I would be with Howard the Duck. I don't know why. Okay, just to make sure there's no other revives. Okay, yeah. All right. I'll try to get to 10 million. So we ended at what, 7.5 just now with the 6 stars. So we'll probably try to get to we'll see. Go through some of the 5 stars and see where we get. Resort that name. Professor X is very fun to play, though. I've been practicing using him, and I think I'm getting the hang of him. Okay. So what I was kind of thinking was having him as a horseman, because that would give him the immunity to bleed, but then you're still ticking from the poison, and then you'd still be taking recoil. So if you could end a fight between an L3 and an L2, it would be okay. You'd have to use health pots as you go, but yeah, the thing is I just don't have suicides off enough to really. I mean, I guess practicing him on Winter Soldier or something would be fine, like with suicides. The damage from Red Mag is what makes him so fun. Maybe that's why I don't mind doing that with him. But I mean, even Hyperion, I don't mind doing that with. Although you get to Hyperion's L3 pretty quick, anyways. Oh, and we have a new 6-star feature. Actually, we have a new 6-star feature before July 4th, don't we? Let me see. Because this is my problem. I can't hold on to a 6-star crystal now because I want even arena teams. But it makes sense to. I don't think there's anybody in the next feature that I would really want. Maybe it doesn't matter. The only existing champion, well, I guess they're all existing, but like the only older champion that I could see being really interested as a 6-star would be Hyperion. I don't think we're going to see that in the next 6-star feature. But that could definitely have me opening some featured crystals. Maybe Blade. And Starkey not so much, I don't think. Hercules. Yeah, Hercules is next month, right? I think. Hercules and Miss America, right? That's what it's looking like. Okay, let me see here, because I think it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks for the next feature. Yeah, 21 days, so that would be the 28th of June. Yeah, so before July 4th. Okay. That could be interesting. You would R3 star. Yeah. But I mean, whenever I'm taking those things into consideration, I'm always thinking of suicides, right? How did you get a dupe to 6-star Shang-Chi? So I got him initially from the arena, and then when the Mr. Negative crystals were out, I got the second. Or that's when I duped him. Actually, the last like month and a half, I've probably spent the most that I have on this game. Since Cyber Weekend. Yeah. So I didn't spend that much for the spring cleaning. But I got like an early access thing, and I got the monthly offer. Which, you know what? It made me think that maybe I just need to consider spending money more often if it means that I'm going to be getting better champions. I have an easy solution for you, Solar. Don't run them. I wouldn't if I didn't do Arena. Yeah, that's the only reason I run. I don't use Ghost that consistently. I use Corvus all the time in AQ. And actually with Shang-Chi, I'm not too sure if I'm going to be using Corvus as much. I'm going to try, when we see the next iteration of AQ, for one of my paths where currently I bring Chorus and Proxima, I think Shang-Chi should be able to do it. So I would be able to, I wouldn't need 2 champions, I'll just be able to use 1. And I think he might be, so there's another path or another iteration that I use Corvus, and I think it's an all or nothing path. So with Corvus, when I get to his L2, I can drain them a bar of power and then just the damage, so like out damage them. But I have a feeling that with Shang-Chi, I could out damage their power gain as well. In which case, I wouldn't. That's 2 paths I wouldn't need Chorus for anymore. So, although I've got to admit, if I'm not using him from AQ, I'm really not using Corvus anymore. I'm at 10 million without them right now. You don't need them. Yeah. But but I'm gonna get through a fight, an individual fight, faster than you, and I'm gonna get more points for that individual fight than you will. Not a ton more points, but more points. So, because if you're saying that you're at 10 million before I am, well, yeah, because you started before I did. I didn't start the arena until like 12, so. No, like I said, it's absolutely doable without. It's just I've been running them for arenas so long, it's like a crutch. Yeah, maybe this is. I have the time. I don't need to sleep. You know what, though? To be fair, if I could, and I mean, the only way to know is to try it. And after Thursday, maybe I will. If I could be done all of the arenas I want to do within the first 2 days without suicides, then maybe I don't have a need for them at all. So if I could get to, well, although I don't know yet what the basic arena is going to be for the 5%. So that would be the only unknown there. Oh, that was really stupid. Nah, it's okay. It worked out. It was stupid for a second, and then it was okay. Ooh, Tafre. How are you feeling about your Legends run after seeing other people run theirs? I haven't watched any of them, but I know a few other people have streamed them. How do you feel your time is holding up? I'm pretty optimistic about it. Okay. You know, after doing the gauntlet, I don't know if I would try for a 7-3 Legends run. So I think what I would need to do is I would need to just do it in one sitting. And yeah, I cannot do 6 hours at once or 5 hours at once. Let's do it. Hopefully you find the results quicker than the 7-1. Because that was ridiculous. Because that was in December and the results weren't out until end of February, right? Having people wait all that time. Terrible. Oh, really? I am page with the kid who had Mythic said he finished in 6 hours, 10 minutes, and my run was around 6 hours, 30 minutes without suicides. Interesting. Wow. This is for 7-2, right? So, do you think that's that you were just that fast? Or do you think he may have screwed up? Hopefully I'll get it, but not entirely confident about it. Okay. If I had suicides, I would have been 100% sure that I got it. Okay. Because wasn't it around 6 hours last time for... Oh, you son of a gun. 6 hours last time for a Mythic title? Although, I think a big part of it, too, is the team building. Right? So if you have good planning up front, probably makes a big difference, too. IP was very, very high. Yeah, he was the top 5. That's how I got it, the Mythic title. I think he did great. He did faster than his Mythic title. Oh, okay. Really? That's interesting. Because people were expecting 7-2 to be harder than 7-1, right? Like more time consuming. Okay. Well, it'll be interesting to see when that leaderboard goes live. Okay, I'm going to relog now. 7-2 is harder, just that we have more 3. Good point. Yeah, I should have, by the time 7-3 rolls around, Archangel should be R3. Hopefully, Ghost would be awakened. I'd be better with some Shi. I don't know what other things would really be critical. What's here? No. Oh, you son of a gun. You know, it sucks because the only way to know if they've got limber is to stun them. R3 goes AA with S at the end. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, my R3s have really come along. Yeah, I Mutant is going to be the... Not really sure. I would like to try Professor X. And I'd like to be paying attention to this, but that's not happening. Wait, did I just lose a match? Oh crap. I did lose a match earlier. I don't know if I lost one here though. So I think Archangel's going to go to R3. Then I will have another Mutant T5CC already formed, and I'm 30,000 toward another. But I think Archangel will go up. I want to take Omega Red to R3, but I want him to be awakened before I do that. And I could still take Professor X to R2, even with Suicide, and it's R2, so be it. But then it would come between Professor X or Omega Red to R3. And yeah, let's have a look. Let us have a look here. I really wanted to take X23 to R2, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. And unfortunately, like Domino went to R3 because I had two Mutant T5CC. I was almost forming the third. And at the time, I think I only had 3 or 4 mutants. And she was the best option. But that changed really quick. I'm like 8k away from my first T5CC. Hey, what class? But yeah, Archangel's going to go to R3. Omega Red will get awakened in August. So I'm going to take him to R2 before being awakened. And then I guess I'll just sit for a while. I don't think I'll do anything much with Professor X. And so the only other one that's coming up soon is Warlock is going to go to R3. I'm just waiting for a level up. So I've got what I need to take him to R3. So max him out at R2. And the only, I'm not going to take Doom to R3. It's kind of the same issue as with Professor X because of Suicide. So I'm still going to hold out for a while for Claire. And if I were to get Claire, she'd be able to go to R3 like immediately. Tech? Okay. What options do you have for Tech as champions? So, where is it? Wait, what the? Oh, I used it. That's right. Yeah, because I had a 1-2 Mystic gem, but I ended up using it. So I've got the 1-2 skill. I don't think there's any skill champions that I'd be interested in. And then I've still got the 3 generics. So let me see. Yeah, I don't think currently there's any skill champions that I'm too concerned about having an R2. Maybe Korg if I did War for defense. Other than that, I think the only other one I'd be really interested in would be Hitmonkey. Moleman, maybe, but I've got him as a max 5 still. So I'm praying for Warlock. Yeah, I bet, dude. I bet. Ultron, Iron Man, Infinity War, and Iron Patriot. Ooh. Well, yeah, no, I don't think the changes to Ultron would warrant taking him to R3. So I think the only other 6-star that I really want that I don't have as a 6 or 5 is Human Torch. Yeah, pretty sure that's it. So Human Torch is a 6 or 5. I'd probably, well, no, because as a 5-star, I wouldn't do anything with them. But as a 6-star, yeah, I don't know if I would take him to R3. You know, yeah, Toffrey, maybe I really need to consider taking Suicides off. But with Nick and DPX, that helps a lot for non-suicide friendly champions being able to use them. So, Batty, if you were to get Ghost as a 6-star and you got Warlock at the same time, which one would you take up? Warlock, okay. You know, I've because once I take Warlock to R3, then any tech T5CC I'm just holding on to. There's no one else that I'm going to take to R3. And I'm kind of wondering, like, I mean, it would be a little ways off, and I'd also still need the generic resources for it. But between Warlock and Ghost, I don't know who I would do to R4 first. I haven't played Warlock very much, so I can't really, like, I have nothing to base it on. Although the little I have played him, I do quite like him. Warlock is your favorite character in this game. Okay, fair enough. Because of his abilities, or just because of who the character is? Though I did take the mini Omega Red in AQ yesterday, and I was actually quite surprised. Like, he's just barely rank 2, so the damage was lacking, the timer was almost out, but he still got it done, and I think I was like at 85% health? And I think with him, yeah, in the last like 2 weeks, well, since we haven't hit AQ, the openings that I've had have really changed what my AQ teams are going to be. By the way, his rank depends on your prestige. Ooh, I take that Omega with Apocalypse. He basically ignores the no. Oh, okay. Because he's a crazy character and fun. Looks amazing, and he's fun in the game. So, okay. Yeah. When he blocks us in his face, just weird. yeah, when he first came out, I didn't care one way or the other. Did definitely seem like he's a cool character and blah blah blah. And then there was something in particular that was why I wanted him, because I went for tech as the Abyss Nexus for Warlock. I think at the time, why I wanted him so much was I had a bunch of tech resources that were going to expire, so I needed a new tech to be able to use those resources on. So that was a big reason. And then he also seemed, because it was going to be somebody brand new who I didn't have as a 5-star already, so yeah. And it was mainly between him. You were not messing around. It was mainly between him or Gilly. That would be new characters. So. Whose rank depends on the prestige? You mean like rank in the profile? Yeah. It's crazy. So when I'm opening 6-stars currently, any new 6-star I'm okay with. But I do want, there's several dupes that I want. But all of the dupes I get are ones I just couldn't care for, or ones that I've already got dupes. I'm like, no. The rank of the OR. Okay. Yeah. Well, no. You mean like as in the attack and the health, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, also what I was talking about, that was day 2, so it's not that far along either. But yeah, as the Alliance... Well, it's not my prestige, it's the Alliance's prestige. This is the exact reason I am grinding for War Machine. I need a tech champ to dump my A11 tech keyboards EC in the overflow. Oy. Yeah, I'm really hoping for... no, I mean the rank is level... and rank go up. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yes, yeah. But by that going up, his attack and his health go up as well. But yeah, it will be really interesting to see how an R3 Warlock does on that. Right, yeah. As the ally prestige increases, his level and rank goes up, right. And so it also increases the points that you get from AQ, hence prestige is important for AQ. Ooh, that's, whatever. What the hell will that is what we'll do, I suppose. I'm interested to see how the Summer of Pain works as well. Like, I know it's one fight per week, and you get points. And with the points, you're able to obtain the rewards. It's gonna be... You're gonna have to make the July 4th offers, like, really crazy. Because when you consider all of the stuff we're being able to pick up right now, right? With the stuff from the Karinas challenges, the stuff from the Gauntlet, and then we've got the Summer of Pain. So they have to make the rewards worthwhile somebody wanting to spend money on. Or the offers, I guess. Definitely going to see T3A and 16. Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, no there's the 4-star LOL challenges. Yeah. Well, and at some point we're going to get the Volume 2, I'm assuming. They admitted they kind of messed up with these LOL challenges. Oh, really? Not on the forums, by the way, on Karate Mike's stream? Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, they wouldn't put something like that on the forums. I asked what the hell were you thinking, and they said we weren't. No, you know what? I mean, I haven't done them. I'm going to save the LOL ones for quite a while. But now I can't do any of the other ones. I can't do any of them itemless. There are people who can. Absolutely. You can't do the LOL ones itemless. And I think that's actually fair. Like, I think, and so more, you can do 5 of them itemless. No, you can't do the Cyclops one item, so you're going to have to use revives there. So you can do almost half of them items. And, I mean, they're not going to introduce things in the game where there's not some benefit to them, right? So I do think, yeah. So I do think it is fair for them to, when they're doing it this way, where they introduce a set of content where you can, if you're good enough, if you can go through and spend absolutely nothing on it, where there are parts of that content where you absolutely have to spend. I do think that's fair. It sucks, but I think that's fair. And like I said, like for Burrito challenges, I'm using resources for all of it, even the easy stuff. Loki is actually possible, but a very slow electric. Yeah. Yeah, and I think the Kamala Khan, you would probably, like, as you're going through, you'd have to use health pots. Because at the very least, the magic fight, you're going to take damage. You could probably play the void fight where you don't. I disagree because they said these were skill-based challenges, so it should be possible to do it. Oh, that's fine if they say that, right? I mean, they say a lot of things that aren't the truth. So... And, I mean, they're not going to come out and say, we want to make revenue on this content, right? I mean, obviously that's the point of it, but they're not going to come out and say that. Like, they're not going to say we're introducing content to the game to make revenue from. I feel that's kind of why they've mixed up at least Cavalier difficulty a little bit, is that they probably weren't seeing much resource use on the previous iterations of Cavalier difficulty, and so now, and it's not that it's harder, it's just something different. And once we get used to that, we'll see that change up as well. It's not a skill using items because you have to. Yeah. So is your issue that they said it was skill based, but it's not, or is your issue that you can't do it without item use? Because if it's the lying, then yeah, I would agree with you there. But if it's you've got to use items, I don't think that should be expected. That I mean, there are pieces that you don't, right? Because 7, you could get through 7-2 without using any items. I mean, you might need to use... Well, you could get through 7-2 without using items. You might have to restart a few times. You could get through the gauntlet without using revives. Cav is a joke if you have the right characters in... No, absolutely. So, and that's why I said, like, they didn't make it harder. They just made it different. And so the difficulty there is not in a technical sense. It's in you're used to something, and now you've got to get used to something else. Like the one I've seen people talking about a lot and caused me issues initially too was the Blade boss. And I had a hard time with it, not because it was a hard fight, but because of who I used initially. Once I changed my team, it was not a problem at all. So today I did it reviveless and wrecked it. For skill based means, yeah, for Kamala, yeah, that's what, right, and that's what I said, right? Not necessarily revivalist, but you would use health pots, because the magic fight, at the very least, there's nothing you can do for the damage you're going to take there. Because the void fight, you can mitigate the damage there, right? You just have to play a little bit slower, but you can prevent getting the debuffs on you. Cav is for Cav players. Use Thronebreaker players. Go away and have Thronebreaker difficulty. Today is a different breed, though. So I think it's fair that if it is possible, even if it's only one person, but if it's possible for someone to do whatever it is, extremely efficient, like no revives or very few revives, I think it's fair for them to call that skill-based, or that, it's not just seeking money, because it is doable. Now, it's not doable by the majority of the community, but it's still possible. But the LOL stuff, I don't care who you are. Well, because at the very least, because of the enrage timer, you're going to have to use revives. So. 100% agreed, Solar. If one person can do it, it is enough proof that it is possible. Yeah. So then for the LOL, because nobody is going to be able to do it, and the way it is, proof by example, my favorite proof method. Well, I think the LOL one, even if it was 5 stars. Even if it was 5 stars, it's still the same thing. You're still going to have to use some resources. Again, just because of the enrage timer. But you know what, though? At the end of the day, regardless of saying, they said it was skill, but it's you've got to use items, blah, blah, blah. A ton of people. Well, you've already completed it all, right? I mean, there's a bunch of people that have already completed it all. The 5-star Canadian team would have... You think so? Okay. Itemless or reviveless? Because I would think you would need to be healing up Sabretooth somewhat. You think Sabretooth and Medusa could get through all those fights before the enrage timers? Star-Lord would have been a tight one, but it would have depended on RNG. Okay. I think if they change it from they're not going to, nor should they. If they were to change it from 4 stars to 5 stars, I think you'd see the Star-Lord one maybe being the easiest. Maybe being the easiest for people that have been playing the game for a long time, because at one point he was the option for LOL, right? So there are a lot of people who've gone through LOL. Okay, so that's what you're saying too. There are a lot of people that would have gone through LOL with Star-Lord as the champion. Have to use revives to get Sabretooth up? Yeah, but I don't know if you'd really count that, right? As the ramp up. And I guess, if you're looking at it strictly how many revives were used, yes. But to progress through it, once you've got them going, I think you would still need to, but the extended rage timer for 565 is enough for solos. Okay. Which is why when it was initially a thing, 5 stars were so much more valuable for it. Yeah, I think the LOL ones I would do over a long period of time, but I don't think I'll get into any of those until maybe around Cyber Weekend. or early next year, early 2022. You don't need to revive Sabretooth each fight, just get 5 Space Furies. Win the fight and get 5 more. You're talking like as a 5-star, right? Just less damage at the start. Yeah. So like I used a lot of resources on the gauntlet, but I still liked it. I didn't like it while I was doing it, but I like it that it's a piece of content that's there. And I also like it because it is something where people can go through effortlessly, and people can go through not necessarily struggle with it, but either use resources, or if you don't have resources, units. And I really like that. Because, like, I know, people, I did this item list or unit list or whatever. And yeah, okay, it's something to brag about or whatever, but that isn't the way the game is intended to be played, right? And that's why you have those resources in game. They're there to be used, not to look at. So yeah, I like that those are things you can get through. And then I like the Sasquatch fight. I struggled on that. I think that one took me the most revives, but it wasn't because it was a hard fight. I was just playing it poorly. Once I realized that and played it properly, he went down. So I like things in this game where it makes you think. You can wipe most of it itemless, yeah. Well, and that's another thing, right? So again, if you're good with a character, it makes it easier for you. It just makes it much more sense to me. And I think they probably learned from the design of Act 6, and that's probably why we're seeing things like this. Because so much of Act 6 was, it didn't matter how good you were, you were going to struggle. I mean, you could go through Act 6 without crazy resource usage, but it wasn't something easy. And I think for a lot of people, getting through Act 6, and that's probably why you have more people who have explored 7.1 and 7.2 than have explored 6.2 or 6.3. I think most people probably explored 6.1. It'll be interesting to see, because I have a feeling that the next time we see something like this gauntlet, that there's going to be something there to counter Quake. And I don't know if that's fair. No, down goes the game. I will be right back. Lieutenant! Gotta head up now, Solar. I missed most of what you said in the last few minutes. You said anything, sorry. Oh, I was just telling you the meaning of life. Have a good one. Actually, I'm just about done too. Go for about another 10 minutes. Okay. Ooh, well, we want to avoid that. Yeah. All right. So what quest did you get the revive in? You mean like for the revive farming? 536. You get revives and energy refills. Revives are on the lower paths, and energy refills are on the top two paths. Top right and left. And then any of the middle paths you just don't bother with. And then it's sporadic, but sometimes you're finding 2 revives on the path or 2 energy refills on the path. So it's pretty efficient. It would normally take, I think, the top left path. No, I think both of the top paths would take a whole energy refill to clear. And maybe it's for all 3, but I feel like the bottom path doesn't take as much energy, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I think it's the best place to farm for revives and energy refills. I used to farm 416, the one where who the heck was the boss? I think Black Widow is the boss. I used to farm that, but it wasn't as consistent with the items as 536. Because pretty much every time you do a full reset of 536, you've got at the very least 1 energy fill or 1 revive. There's been very few times where I go in and there's only a revive or only an energy refill. So like if you wanted for 536, you could say, okay, I'm only coming in here for revives. And you will go in sometimes, there'll be no revives. So to reset it, you have to run it. However, you're going to reset and you'll end up picking up an energy refill. But most of the time you reset and you've got at least 1 energy refill and at least 1 revive. You went and picked up the revive and backed out, so do you still have the revive or do you need to complete the whole quest? No, I have the revive. Now, I need to complete the quest in order to reset the map. So like in this case, what you saw, there was the revive and 2 energy refills. So I want to pick up both energy refills and the revive. So that's why I did it the way I did. So I went in, I got the revive, I restarted. Then I'm going to go and get one of the energy refills, restart again, and then later I'll go in and get the final energy refill. And at that time, I'll complete the map to reset it and then be able to pick up more items off of that map. If all I was trying to get right now was just revives, which, so let's say you were going to take, let's say you have a bunch of energy refills in overflow, but you don't have revives or you don't have health pots, and you want to take on 7-2. Then what you would want to do is just go in, grab the revive, complete the map, and then go in again and see if there's another revive, and just keep doing that. Now, if you go in and there is no revive, then you go pick up an energy refill and complete the map. Because at the very least, you're still benefiting. You're still getting something from it. And when I'm not impatient, it accumulates really fast. It's crazy. Like within 2 weeks, you could be at, well, it depends what you want, I guess. If you're going for energy refills or revives, but within 2 weeks, you could be at like 30 to 50 of either of revives or energy refills. And it's not something that you have to spend a ton of time doing. Usually what I do, if there's not event quest completion going, I'll wake up, I'll go into 536, use up whatever energy I can, and then I'm done for the day. Then before I go to bed, I'll go back into 536, and I should be at a full bar of energy. And yeah, I'll do the same thing. So basically just twice a day you would need to go in there. Now, if you've got a lot of content that you're trying to do, then it makes it more difficult. But if you take your time with the content, yeah. The one thing I find difficult, and I don't know why, is doing ROL for health pots. Like, I prefer doing it like the whole run of ROL. And there's been a few times where I'll be racing someone, and I find doing it that way, it makes it seem more interesting. Well, for me, it's kind of like doing arena while streaming. If I'm doing arena while streaming, arena just, it gets done by itself, it feels. Whereas if I'm doing arena, you know, watching TV or YouTube or whatever, where I'm not interacting with somebody, it just seems so tedious. Okay, so I think I was going top left for an energy refill. No. Oh, okay, so both of these I actually have a fair bit to go through. So this one be the less energy use one to get. It's also a good way to learn newer champions. Kind of the same idea as Winter Soldier. Shorter fights, and depending on what you're looking for, maybe better items. Oh, that was really stupid. All right, well, that is it for me. Let's see what we've got going down here. Let's see. We don't have anybody on. So, yeah. Well, that was it for me. So, thanks for coming and hanging out, and I will catch you guys later. Take care.